Oh boy. Oh boy. How is everybody doing out there? It's the Yeeeee, and in the place to be. And what's going on with everybody? How's everybody doing? Welcome to the Yeeeee show. It's 7 p.m. And thank you all for tuning in. If you're tuning in now, or if you're, what I mean, tuning in later, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, support the movement. You know what I'm talking about? Because this is what we're doing. This is the Saturday Mr. Yee show, and I'm trying to tell you guys right now, it's going live, live and direct. And hang on one second. I can't really hear myself on the situation right there. But if you guys can hear me, let me know. Tap in. But I can't hear myself on the earphones. But I can hear myself right here. But let me see what's going on over here. Okay. Well, well, we can hear each other right here, so that's the main thing. And I hope everybody's tuning. I hope everybody's having a good time. It's Saturday. You know what I'm talking about? And the Niners are playing right now. We're playing San Diego. And, I was already downstairs watching the game for a second. Had to give me a cup ready and tune in because this is Saturday's new junk removal show. And when I say Saturday's new junk removal show, I mean, we're taking over on Saturday now. So, you know what I mean? This is where you want to be at Saturday. So this is where we're going to be at, and it's going to be happening Saturday, and it's going to be going on. It's going to be some live, and some live situations going on. And I'm gonna take those earphones off. They weren't working. I don't know why they're not working, but we're gonna be taking over Saturday YouTube. You know what I mean? Bringing you guys this content, and let everybody tap in, and you know what I mean. Have fun. We're gonna bring fun back to junk removal. We're gonna leave that BS for those other situations, for those other days. But Saturdays. 7 p.m. is going to be all about junk removal and tapping in and getting questions answered, asking questions, being part of the junk removal, you know what I mean? Hustle, the gift of Gav. That's what we're doing here. And I decided to come up with the show and take on this situation by myself. And you know what I mean? I would love to have people tap in. If you wanted to tap in, if you wanted to be on the show, no problem. I can send you the link. You can hop on, and we can you know what I mean, have some fun, and talk about some serious issues or some not serious issues. But I think that excuse me, junk removal has been getting real deep lately. Junk removal has been getting real emotional lately. And there's been so much feelings in junk removal, so many everybody has a voice now, and you have every right to have a voice. And there's so many pointing fingers these days, and let's just get back to junk removal, having fun, you know what I mean, talking about that money, talking about your experiences, helping other people out. Because on this show, on this Saturday show, on the Yee Tap In Live with the Yee, no one's better than each other. There's no other bigger junk removal business than everybody who's in this show right here. We're all the same level. We're all getting money. And you know what I mean? That's just it. Ain't nobody bigger than each other. Ain't no one, you know what I mean, got the biggest wallet than each other, because you know what I mean? I'm done with all that. You know what I'm talking about? I want to bring fun back to the junk removal business where we're discussing, you know what I mean? People having issues. They want to learn, they want to, ask a question, or they may have a questions on the comments, and we can answer those, and we can talk about those, or we can get you on the show, and we can just have fun again. That's what we want to do. I want to bring that back to junk removal. And uh, uh I'm not doing the other shows anymore, and it's just this show. So Mr. Yee is taking over Saturday at 7 p.m. So I just I'm gonna let the other people know. You know what I mean? I wouldn't try to get on at 7 p.m. You may want to go stick to Sunday morning, or Friday, or Tuesday or Wednesday or Monday. Stick to those days. But Saturday is for my brothers and sisters in junk removal. Tap in. We're going to answer those questions. We're going to help everybody make more money, get bigger profits, answer those questions that they've been waiting to ask. Or if you got a question you want to build up again, bring it up, tap in, leave it on the comments and say what's happening. You know, I mean, we got a few people in the house. We got North Bay Junk Removal in the house. My brother always taps in. We got Triple G in the house right now. And whoever else is out there, you know, thank you so much for tapping in. You know, this is the first show of the takeover. I'm talking about this is the first show of the Yeeeee takeover. And as you guys have been seeing, I've been doing a lot of nonstop content out there. I've been doing a lot of nonstop content out there. I've been posting every day, multiple posting, uh, all the social platforms, doing digital editing, creating my reels, putting them out there for you guys and looking real professional. And you know what I mean? That's what I do because I've learned in these things. I'm doing it, I'm learning and I'm doing it. You know what I mean? And you guys could be doing the same thing. It's so powerful to be, you know what I mean? To be uh you know to be try to get your brand out there. It's so powerful for you guys to keep on posting and put your authority everywhere. And junk removal is so much changing right now where you have people doing beautiful edits. North Bay, my boy out there in North Bay Junk Removal, he's putting out those edits, he's putting out those reels. And a lot of people may think you got to look like this, you got to have this professional equipment, you got to have that. No, you don't. The AI cannot mimic a human being. Chat GBT cannot mimic a human being. You know what I mean? You as a human, you have the best emotions, the best character, the best feelings, and the best knowledge. You're not a robot like those other chat GBT and AIs. They can't mimic your just being you. A lot of people think that, no, I got to be perfect on my social platform. I got to be, you know what I mean? My reels have to be the best, or if I don't look like them, I'm not gonna get looked at. You're wrong. You're wrong. All you have to do is look like you and keep on doing what you're doing and building your brand and showing your brand, your face, your business, your help, your equipment. That's all people want to see. If you guys see my new content that I'm putting out, I don't even put out how much money I made, or you know what I mean. I'm the number one junk removal in your area, or I'm this or I'm that. All I do is put out content now where you see my brand, you see my face, you see my equipment, you see my help, and you see the magic that we do. A lot of people like just to see that. And I'm gonna tell you right now, all you guys out there could do that. All you gotta do is get your editing skills right. You know what I mean? Get your video game and just documentate yourself. It doesn't matter how you sound. You can sound nitty, gritty. You can sound all of that. You know what I mean? You could sound like you could just be you. I stutter a lot and I don't mind stuttering. And you know what I mean? People seeing that I stutter. You know what I'm talking about? Because I'm not perfect. No one is of this world. And that's just it, that everybody's being more and more how I'm gonna say this, everybody's being more creative now. We have so many reels, so many, everybody putting their videos out. And I've been on a mission lately. I've been on a mission lately to to get 1,000 followers on my Instagram, and I'm not afraid to say it. I started my Instagram all over, so now I'm on a mission to get 1,000 followers on my Instagram, and I'm almost there. I'm already at 610, and I post every day on Instagram, at least twice, two reels a day on Instagram, and I don't post, you know what I mean. Really before and after pictures anymore. I just post what I do. I just post my brand so you can see who I am. And when you hire me, you see what you get. And that's what my videos, my reels, they tell a story. They tell a story even without me talking. So, you know what I mean? And in a minute, I'm gonna create something to help everybody out there. I want to run a course. I want to start a class on helping all of you out there with your media, your social media platform. How, you know what I mean, to run reels and how to create your own reels, how to create your own videos for digital marketing and digital advertising on social media. I want to help you guys out there. So in the future, I'm going to start a class that's going to help you guys. I'm going to show you guys what apps I use, how I create my videos, how I add music to my videos, how I do talk over your tutorials, just how I do everything. I'm going to bless you guys with this game and how I approach the situation. You know what I mean? And that's what we got coming up. You know what I mean? But I see a lot of people out there who post a lot, and they're putting their brand out there. They're putting their SEO out there. Their organic marketing. Keep that up because that's what pays off. And you ain't gotta look like them. Just look like you. And just, you know what I mean? The best creator is you. And that's just it. You Until you figure it out, you'll work all the kinks out, but it just takes time. You think I learned how to be Mr. Yee overnight? It took time until I was like, you know what? I'm the Yee. I'm gonna drop my name and I'm gonna create another name, Mr. Yee. And that's just what I did. And it was a blessing. And you know, it, I can't. I'm not looking back. You know what I mean? And that's what this show is about. You know what I mean? Getting you guys on here, and I'm so glad that you know what I mean. You guys are on tapping in with the Yeeeee because the junk removal world, as we know right now, is all over the place. Everybody's the best. Everybody's this. Everybody's that. And you know what I mean? Which is good because it helps out. It definitely steps your game up. And there's videos out right now of junk removal being saturated. And right now, you know what I mean, it ain't the right time to get in junk removal because there's so many people that are getting into junk removal right now. And you know what? They're absolutely right. There is so many people every day getting in junk removal, but there's also so many people every day getting out of junk removal, especially in the slow season that's going to be coming upon us, especially in the East Coast where they're already coming up on the slow season, and they got the bad weather, not like, the West Coast out here. What I mean? We got constant sun. Today was another a triple digit day. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? And the phone was going off, but I couldn't do my normal duties today because I was on today. Mr. Yee today was on today we had our National Garage sale. So every year in my area we have a National Garage weekend sale, and that was our week. It's today and tomorrow. And I had a National Garage sale. I create a video because I put content out. I show you guys what I do. I just, what I mean, I'm so comfortable in front of that camera. This is just what I do. And you know I videotaped all of it. What I mean, we made today. I cleared out, as you guys see, my other content that I was building up to get today. I cleared out my I have two 10 by 20 storage units. I cleared them all out with all the stuff I had that I save up just from January. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't save things right now. I wait until Saturday, then I mean January of 20 of the beginning of the year, then I start saving everything up to get ready for my national garage sale because we have so many people who come into our nice area, you know what I mean, to come in and purchase everything. So when I do my national garage a day sale, I only do it for one day. I don't do it both days. I do it one day. And I target uh a certain buyer. I target the people not in my community. Them too if they want things, but I don't target my neighbors. I target the people who come out of our area to buy, sell, that resell. So there's so many people because it's a national garage sale. It's posted all over the groups. It's posted all over social media next door, the Facebook groups, and you have to register, honestly, so you can have your address in. So we register and we promote it. And then coming Friday, I gather everything up in front of my house, and then like all my neighbors know, oh man, he's gathering everything up. You know what I mean? But I cleared out both my storage units today. Man, it feels so good to get my space back, and I'm not. I know what clients feel like when they get their space back. They're like, "Oh man, it feels so good to get my space back." Me walking into my containers today, I fully emptied one out, and then the other one just has a less than a quarter load in there. I'm gonna go donate the rest of that stuff because I don't want that stuff anymore. So I'm gonna go donate that. And then Monday, but I cleared everything out. Even my one of my trailers I have in my units, the No Limit Kid trailer. I finally emptied that out with all the tools I had, and I just display stuff, get everything ready. Then Saturday morning, 5:30 a.m. I wake up and I have my Yeeees come meet me at the house, and they're here at 6 a.m. It's still dark. And we're already, I got my Yeeees, they're displaying everything. One area is is yard tools, one area is hand tools, one area is electric tools, one area is like all of my electronics, video games, cameras, and all electronics. Then one area is household items, and one area is exercise equipment, all the barbells I have, all the gym equipment. Then one area is just like household stuff. So it's all like uh, 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 placed, you know what I mean? Like a system. So everybody sees everything. And oh man, it's just, I believe that, I like to sell everything for $5. And if I can sell everything for $5, if I can, if I have 500 things and if someone gives me $5 for 100 things, that's 500 bucks that I got right there. If somebody gives me $500 for, if someone gives me $5 for one, for, let's say $5 for, you know what I mean, 200 things, guess how much that is? You know what I'm saying? $1,000. And today we broke $1,400 on our junk room, on our from junk to treasures in our garage sale. You know what I mean? Today we broke that with our last year was 1100. Me and my wife, we were out there, and today was 100 degrees, and we broke the last year was 11, a little bit over 1100, and now today we broke over 1400. And you know what I mean? What's up, my brother William Jones in the house? You know what I'm talking about? I see my brother. What's going on? Me put you on game. What do you say? Bring that truth to the peeps. That's what we do, man. We bring that truth. We bring that educational. You know what I mean? We are educators. We are mentors. We are inspirers. And you know what I mean? We lead the way and help people out. And, we're letting go of all that, you know what I mean? BS that's in junk removal right now. We're letting all that go. And you know what I mean? That's a sinking ship. So, you know what I mean? If you're on that BS right now in junk removal, you're on a sinking ship. I'm going to tell you that right now because it's the Yeeeee takeover. I'm going to tell you that right now. And, you guys already see me on social media. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna stop. People message me all the time and say, "Man, you post every day." Yeah, and I'm also doing jobs all day, and I'm still posting because my crew. There's a system with my crew. They know. Don't stop the hustle, Mr. Yee. He's recording in action to show people what I do when I create my content. So my workers, they already know. You know what I mean? If I'm doing pictures, they already hit the pose. You know what I mean? If I'm doing video, they already know. Just act regular because we have a system, and I'm constantly, you know what I mean, helping my guys out. And maybe a lot of people might be like, "Man, how much money do you really make? Because you got your guys, you're paying your guys, and whoop whoop." But guess what I'm doing? I'm creating a situation where I'm teaching and mentoring my guys. So now next year, when I buy my truck, I'm not going to be on that truck. They are. And you know what I mean? My brand is getting built so much right now. My brand is all over my area. My phone is ringing from Google. I got a job yesterday from Google. I got a job yesterday from Facebook. You know what I mean? And I asked the client, you know what I mean, yesterday, how did you hear about us? And he was like, "Oh, I went on Google and you popped right up at the top." You know what I'm saying? So it's proven. My SEO is ranking, and it's hooking me up, and you know what I mean. Let's see what Mr. William Jones is talking about right here. He says 100 exactly. We only spitting facts here, man. We ain't watering it down or acting like we're somebody or this or that. This is junk removal, man. You know what I mean? This is not rocket scientists. And I'm not worried about KPIs or SOPs or all this or all that anymore. I'm just worried about getting money, feeding my family, and just having fun with controlling my life with my business. I don't need to have this. I don't need to have that. I don't need to have this. I don't need to have that. I just need to have control, have fun, and keep on putting money in the bank. And that's just it. And being a mentor, being a leader, and having my guys take me serious, because there's a lot of owners out there, and you know what I mean? There's a lot of owners in multiple businesses, not just junk removal. There's a lot of owners in multiple businesses, but do your employees really take you serious? You know what I mean? Do your employees really take you serious? Because my guys, they know. When they find a dime on the floor, when they find a nickel on the floor, they come give it to me. When they find jewelry, they come give it to me. When they find things, here, Mr. Yee, because they know what the leader is going to do with all that, because they respect me. There's a system. They know what time is it. And I didn't always have this. I had this, I had other guys working for me, and they find a necklace, they're keeping that for themselves. And they wouldn't even tell me until the end of the day, when I would see them wearing the necklace. And I'd be like, guess what? And they'd be like, what's up with pay? I'd be like, you're wearing your pay around your neck. You're wearing the money around your neck. You know what I mean? Because you want it to be greedy, and you want it to be you know what I mean, greed, and didn't want to share nothing. So but you gotta get rid of those, you know what I mean, type of people from around you, and you gotta really keep it, you know what I mean, 100. And with that said, we had the good garage sale today, and I got rid of so much stuff, and everything that I don't, everything that I don't, everything that I don't sell, I keep, and I give back to the community. So everything that I don't sell, I put in front of my house, and I put a big old free sign, and everybody comes gets it now. And I'm saying, there you go. I made some, but I'm also giving some back. So, when I do my community garage sale, when people come up to my house and they buy things from me, I give them so many other things free. You know what I mean? Some lady was 100-degree heats, 100-degree heat today out here in the garage sale. Some lady was digging through everything. Seen her sweating, doing everything, but she had two bundles she was going to buy from me. She spent $50 with me, and I gave her a Gatorade. I said, would you like something to drink? Better yet, here is something to drink. She pulled up in a Tesla and all that stuff. You know what I mean? And she probably got some money with a Tesla, whatever. But since she was, what I mean, taking her time to dig through my stuff, and then you know what I mean, ask me, I want to buy all this, man. I seen her sweating. I gave her a Gatorade, sugarless. You know what I mean? Because I drink sugarless Gatorades, the small ones. You know what I mean? For my electrolytes. So I blessed her. You know what I mean? And I just, every person who comes to my house and gets something, they get free things also, because I give them a bundle deal. Because at the end of the day, it's all profit. You're not losing. You know what I mean? You're not losing. So there's some people like, nah, I gotta kid. Nah, I gotta. No, that guitar has to be sold for $100. No, that has to be. No, that Xbox has to be sold for this much. Man, I'm not worried about that. I get plenty of those all year. And but when I have my big garage sale in my neighborhood, I help out all my neighbors, because everybody knows Mr. Yeeeee has the big garage sale. So when clients come drive past me, they get to see all my neighbors' garage sale, because they wouldn't have even seen them. But when they come see my big garage sale, because I have everything displayed, and it's funny, because a lot of people um, come to my garage sale and say, "Man, you got all the manly stuff. You got all the stuff that people want. You don't even have clothes or all this little knickknack, you know, coffee pot, or you don't even have these knickknack things." No, no, but I got a Venmo you could scan. I got a Zelle you could send my money to. But I got all these appliances, all these things I know that are going to get me a dollar bill. So if I got if I got let me see 200 items right here, and everybody gives me $5 each, what is that? You know what I mean? So that right there could take care of that right there. If you have a storage unit, that right there could take care of your storage unit fees for the whole year. Or you know what I mean? If you're paying for if you're needing help to take care of your SEO, that could pay for your SEO right there. If you're running ads, that could pay for your ads right there. There's so many things I could do with that money. You know what I mean? But I give it to my yees too for coming to help sort things. Then after my garage sale is done, because my garage sale is from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's it. You know what I mean? After my yees come back, and then they sort everything and put everything to the side with the big free sign that I put out and I staple to my tree. So, my E's come do that after. And they tell me, you want us to stay and help you with the garage sale and help with sales and everything. I said, nah, don't worry about it. Just go home, take a power nap because you were here at 6 a.m. They woke up at 5:30 to come see it, to come help me display everything. But that's because the dedication my workers got love for me. My workers support the situation. My workers are my business. They just don't work for me. They're part of my business. So, some of them are movie stars, and you know what I mean? Because people see them in their area and be like, hey, I seen you on the Junk Guys video. Absolutely, because they're wearing my sweaters. They're wearing my brand everywhere they go. You know what I'm talking about? And that's just what it is having your community know your brand. And man, I tell you this today. My wife got to witness this today. Some guy pulled up to our garage sale today, and he- this is a landscaping guy. He had the truck, he had the lawnmower, all this stuff in the back, and you know what I mean. He was looking at me like. Then he came up to me. He was like, "I see you on YouTube." Oh, my head got big like Jack in the Box, all like that. You know what I mean? My head got big. You know what I mean? Because this guy could barely speak English, but he knew this. He said, "I see you on YouTube." You know what I mean? I see you on YouTube because he seen the truck and trailer on the side, but he said, "I see you on YouTube." And, it's just the power of, you know what I mean? You don't know, you never know who's watching. So that's why it's so important to, put that content out because, I had a senior citizen call me yesterday, 81 years old. I had a senior citizen call me last night, 9 p.m. last night, 81 years old. Didn't even know how to use the phone. Got my number through Facebook. Got my number because they see me on Facebook. Because my authority is everywhere. Because I keep on posting. I got my SEO being worked on. You know what I mean? Remember, you guys can reach out to William Jones, Rank Force. I'm trying to tell you guys, you know what I mean? And you know, don't go chasing waterfalls. Do what you got to do. You know what I mean? Get with the winning team. You know what I'm talking about? Go where the best bang for your buck is. You know what I mean? Because this shirt I'm wearing right now is made in Indonesia. This hat I'm wearing right now, I think it's made in Mexico. You know what I mean? These glasses I'm wearing right now probably were made in the Philippines. So everything that I have in my body, this MacBook right here that I got, I wonder where that's made from. You know what I'm talking about? This iPhone. I wonder where that's made from. I wonder where this red cup full of this privilege is made from. But anyways, you know what I'm talking about? Don't go judging a book by its cover. You know what I'm talking about? And stop listening to these false prophets. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? So we had a good day with that. And then, the show had to go on. So, it ended at 2:30 because people kept on coming last minute. So I kept on making money last minute. And then but we already had a job booked at 4 p.m. today. I booked another job today from for a repeater client at 4 p.m. today after the garage sale. And that's just it. You know what I mean? When it gets slow, those repeater clients are going to reach out to you. So if you have a CRM, make sure you put that, mass text blast out to your clients when it gets slow, especially like right now, and offer them like, after school uh, 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 a back to school special because there's a lot of clients who you got that their kids maybe have went off to school and now they're like, man, I'm getting that room back. He's my child's going to college. I'm not keeping their stuff right here no more. I want my space back. I need someone to call. So that they may not be realizing it, but if you send out that mass email or that text blast, that SM, that mass text blast with your CRM, boom, you just planted that seed in their head. You know what I'm talking about? So whatever CRM you got, you know what I mean? You guys know where you guys can get a CRM. You can reach out to Autopilot. You can get his CRM. You know what I mean? Reach out to Andrew Thomas. There's so many other, you know what I mean, CRM companies that, I just not even going to mention, you know what I mean? And, but, I'm going to mention, you know what I mean? If you're going to get a CRM for junk removal, reach out to Andrew Thomas and, make it happen. And, the only way to experience what's going on with Autopilot is to, you know what I mean? Experience it for yourself and don't experience it from a cheerleader. You know what I'm talking about? So, Go handle your business. You know what I'm talking about? And anybody got any questions out there? I'm just rambling right now. We're half an hour in the show, but this is the first show of the Takeover Tap In Fridays, where we're bringing that junk removal back to real. This is real, real. This is the Yeeeee. You know what I'm talking about? The guy with the beard. I don't have my glasses on now, but I'm wearing that hat because we got the last game of the preseason going on today, and we'll be seeing the Seahawks. What is that? September 4th for that game 1 Sunday. We got 1 p.m. You know what I'm talking about? So that's good. And I can go to church. Thank you, Jesus. You know what I'm talking about? And I can watch my game. You feel me? But I just hope everybody's getting money out there. Hope everybody's enjoying this junk removal business. I hope everybody's, you know, letting their area know who they are. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, even if you're just posting, just pictures of yourself or the befores, afters, handle your business, man. You know what I mean? Don't look like them, look like you. You know what I mean? If you guys need help, you guys could reach out to us. You can reach out to the Yeeeee, you can reach out to Rank Force, you know what I mean? You can reach out to so many other people for help with your own SEO or digital marketing, or a web graphics, or social media help. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to be running a course where I'm going to be helping everybody with my showing you guys how I do the reels and how I add the music, how I do this, how I do that. But I'm going to be running a special offer helping you guys out. All you got to do is reach out to the Yeeeee and ask about that offer. Ask Mr. Yee, what's that about? How do you do that content? How do you put those reels out there? How do you do all this? It looks so professional. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Reach out to the Yeeeee. I'll show you what I do. And I mean, there's a little fee for it. You know what I mean? But it ain't gonna be too much. I'll tell you that right now. But you're gonna get access to the Yeeeee to help you with that. And I'm trust you guys are seeing my social media game right now on fire, because I'm posting, 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 posting. I don't care if I see somebody posting. I don't care what they're posting. I'm posting what I want to post, because that's right, Triple G, baby. I got you. Just reach out to the Yeeeee. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be teaching a class on this. I'm getting into this. I'm gonna be doing a teaching, and I'm not getting out of junk removal. I'm in this till I expire. I'm in this for at least another 20. You know what I mean? And if I could pass this business down to one of my family members, I'm gonna do it, because now that I own my own business, and I'm blessed to do this, I can offer anybody a job anytime I want. I can help anybody I want get paid, because I'm the leader. I'm the owner. You know what I mean? And I'm blessed with that. And you know what I mean? I ain't selling this business. I ain't doing this. I ain't doing that. I'm gonna keep on getting money and keeping it simple, like a number 2 pencil. You know what I'm talking about? And that's just it, man. I'm not worried about other people, what they do. I'm just worried about me getting it, educating my people out there, being a mentor, being a leader. And it's the Yeeeee takeover. I'm trying to tell you guys, I'm going live, I'm posting and posting and posting, and you know what I mean? You'd be surprised what you could do by just putting your your brand out there. You'd be surprised what you can get from just posting and putting your content out there. And you don't gotta be the best. That's a lot of people think that they got to be the best. They got to go to AI. They got to go to Chat GBT. You don't got to do all that. You can go to that to help you, maybe with a description and stuff. But you can do your own thumbnails. You can do your own videos. You could just be yourself and be your own person. And that's what people are going to trust. Just like the people who trust Google. Google is so trusted. So many people go to Google just because it's trust. People trust Google. People trust so many other situations. People trust Thumbtack, HomeAdvisor, Angie's List, Yelp. But people trust these things. So you know what I mean? These are the number 1 forms of leads. So you could be running other ads other places, but if I'm gonna run an ad, I'm gonna go to the best bang for my buck, and that's just it. And you know what I mean? I'm gonna be running some Google ads pretty soon too. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna show you guys and document it and tell you guys, yeah, I'm not afraid to tell people I'm running Google ads. Why wouldn't I want to run Google ads? I want to be the top of my game. You know what I mean? There's so many people posting on Instagram, Facebook, next door. I want to be above them. I want to gain. I want to be that guy who's above them already. And if I got the budget to do it, I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna worry about I don't pay for this, I don't pay for that. Good. Don't. You know what I mean? Eh, uh, It doesn't matter. Yeah, you're not gonna scale. I'm gonna scale to my level. I'm gonna scale to where I want it to be. You know what I mean? I'm gonna run my systems the way I want to run my systems. You know what I mean? I'm not in it to do false situations. I'm in it to show you guys what I do. And I've been doing that from day one. I've been showing you guys the real deal from day one. So I got over 700 YouTube videos. You know what I'm talking about? I got over 300 posts on Instagram. Some guys may have more than that. But, it's what I'm doing. I'm posting on my Facebook. You know what I mean? I'm not really posting on Nextdoor too much. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I got the VAs doing some of that type of stuff. You know what I'm talking about? So, but my content is so different now where I don't want to tell people I'm the number one this or you know what I mean, you should choose me or do man, you know what I mean? Posting a few times a week is kind of just good enough. You know what I mean? When somebody's posting every day, all day, they're showing you there's not enough money for everybody. There's only enough money for that person who posts all day, spams the market, and does this and does that. I'm trying to tell you guys because you can post all you want, you can do all that you want, all the organic you want, no problem. But if somebody's outranking you on that Google, they're gonna be above you. I'm gonna try to tell you. You know what I mean? But it's all on how you sell your pitch and people call you. And I'm trying to get those call to actions. So you know what I mean? I'm not trying to compete or trying to be like them or trying to look like them. I'm just trying to be me. And if I got the budget for it, I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm talking about? Because I want to be the first person they call. I don't want them to going down. But then when they go down, I want them to see all my authority everywhere. And that's why I got with William at Rank Force. You know what I'm talking about? So he builds my SEO, he blows it up, he puts all the backlinks, you know what I mean? He puts all the posts, all the blogs, everything that I need with all the keywords and you know what I mean? All these things that I was lacking that I didn't do on my own situation because I can do all the organic SEO that I want. I can post, update, do all this, but there's just certain things I can't do because I don't know that language. And you know what I mean? I'm not afraid to admit it. You know what I mean? And I'm the guy who's showing you. I'm the guy, actually, Mr. Yeeeee is the guy who's showing you guys how I'm paying for Facebook ads, how I'm paying for this, how I'm showing you guys this, how I wrapped my vehicles, where I got my vehicles at, where I got my trailer at, me on the job, and how I'm taking care of my team. I'm the one who's showing you guys that. You know what I mean? I don't need to show you guys how much money I got or what I got from junk removal or what I've been had that before junk removal. You know what I mean? I'm not a little guppy. You know what I mean? I've been doing this. I've been doing this. You want me to say it? I'm gonna say it. I've been doing this. You know what I mean? Uh, when Moby Dick was a goldfish. That's how long I've been doing. I've been getting money. You know what I mean? Come on now, man. You know what I mean, Mr. Yee? Been doing. I already had a career. I walked away from my career, boop, and started my own business. He's been doing it, so you know what I'm talking about. But this is the show where you're gonna hear the live and direct when you tap in. This ain't the show where I'm gonna give you all the watered down stuff. I'm gonna show this. I'm gonna show 1,000 other things. I'm gonna show you guys the same asshole content. I'm gonna keep on redoing my content or go to the other channel for that. You know what I mean? This the Saturday show. This that Saturday show where we're gonna take over and help you out and keep it real. And whoever wants to tap in can tap in and can relate. If you relate, you can tap in and be part of the situation. You know what I mean? You could win with us or you could watch us win. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm trying to tell you, you know what I mean? I want my face everywhere. I want my face all over Instagram. I want my face all over Facebook. I want my face everywhere for content and for education and to help you guys out. You know what I mean? And I let my SEO get my help my phone ring. That's just what I do. You know what I mean? And I'm linked up with Rank Force, so I'm the ambassador of the brand. That's how much I support it. You know what I mean? And if the Yeeeee supports it, you guys should be jumping on it. Because I ain't trying to get whacked over the head from nobody. I ain't trying to get robbed from nobody. I don't like giving people my money unless it's well deserved. And if I put the stamp on Rank Force, you better ask somebody. That's why you get 25% with the Mr. Yeeeee discount off top. You know what I'm talking about? Like Northern California, we're on top of California. We're at the top. You know what I mean? Hello. You know what I'm talking about? Let me see what my boy Triple G said. The place to be on Saturday night. It's just like NBC, Saturday Night Live. You're going to get that live content. And that's what we're doing. It's just the start of the beginning of the takeover of junk removal, especially on the Saturdays. You know what I mean? I had a long day today. I was up since 5 a.m. doing my sitting outside in 100-degree heat. In 100-degree heat, sitting outside making my money. Then went and did a job. Then went out and did a storage clean out for a repeater client. Then came back, watched the Niner game, filled my cup up, and now I'm here with you guys. So when there's people saying I have no time or I can't do this or I can't do that, I wouldn't be watching. I wouldn't be watching that content. Tell you that right now. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? Oh boy. You know what I'm talking about? So, this is the Yeeeee. I'm the hype man of junk removal. Mr. Yeeeee is the truth of junk removal. This is what you guys been waiting for and you guys been loving. But I've been very calm and patient for a while now and just been holding my composure. You know what I mean? But now we got Saturdays. Saturdays belong to Mr. Yeeeee. You got to tap in live with Mr. Yeeeee. And I'm only going to have guests on the show that, is going to relate to the situation, that are junk removal people, that do junk removal, that live, eat, sleep, shit junk removal. You know what I mean? That's it. I don't want to have all these other guys who know everything or show you a type of situation or show you total unprofessionalism when it comes to junk removal and they know everything in this. And because to me, nobody's a guru. There's nobody a guru out here in this game. This is junk removal, man. You know what I mean? You don't have to have a degree to do junk removal. You know what I mean? The people who hustle hard, the people who go out there and get it, the people who put their time in, the people who put their brand out there, those are the real ones who are getting it. You know what I mean? And some of my brothers and sisters out there are doing it without paying for social for paying for leads. Those are the people who you should be, really tapping into, really listening, really tipping your hat to, not to the bozos who are paying for this, paying for that, paying for this. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I'm not stepping on nobody's game. I'm not stepping on nobody's game. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna pay for some ads. I'm gonna pay for some Google ads. I already pay for Facebook ads. You know what I mean? So you know what I'm saying? So I'm not afraid to admit it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna step my game up to Google ads. You know what I mean? And guess what? I'm gonna work with Rank Force. You know what I'm talking about? And you know what I mean? I'm trying to tell you guys, if you guys could tap into somebody who does everything for you and has a package for you and is there for you, come on, man. You know what I mean? You either win with us or you watch us win. You know what I'm talking about? And that's what Saturday's about. And I hope everybody out there got money. I hope everybody out there had a good weekend. I seen my brothers and sisters, load runners. I seen Sarah and Vincent. They were getting it today. I seen my girl Sarah. She was out there by herself on her truck with her trailer getting money while her husband Vince went and did a clean out. I think I seen, because I watch everybody's social media. We all watch each other's social media, man. If everybody says I'm not watching their social media, I don't got no time. Yeah, right. You know what I'm talking about? Because this junk removal is straight high school. You know what I mean? What you did in third period, they're gonna find out already by six period. Trust me. You know what I mean? And there's so many emotions in this shit. There's so many feelings in this shit because people have access to social media now. People are keyboard warriors. People are just, you know what I mean? Oh my god. But anyways, I give props to my people out there, load runners, Sarah and Vincent. You know what I mean? Sarah was out there by herself today, putting her pride to the side, out there doing a job by herself with the truck and trailer. And my boy V Love Vincent was out there doing a house clean out. I seen him on their social media because I was on this while I was doing my yard sale. I was seeing my people, and I love seeing people like that. My boy North Bay, you know what I mean? Junk removal out there in Sonoma, Triple G, you know what I mean? Everybody out there getting busy tapping in and not afraid to say what's happening because this Saturday situation is the takeover. You know what I mean? Where everybody's welcome, everybody could tap in, and we can all have fun, and but this ain't gonna be a show where I'm gonna let everybody come on here and cuss each other out or cuss somebody out, or you know what I mean? This ain't that type of show, man. This that type of show. Let's just talk about some situations, and people can put on the comments what's going on, you know what I mean? And but that's it, man. I don't need all these other people on my show, because this is the Yeeeee show. This is my show. Whose house? Yeeee's house. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm gonna be having some guests on the show too. And we're gonna kick it off. Especially September's going to be a good September's going to be a good season for us because we're going to have some guests on, we're going to have some people on the show, and we're going to keep on getting money in junk removal. Because I'm telling you right now, when it comes down to the slowdown, your repeaters are going to keep you busy, and you're going to keep on getting money. And it doesn't matter what type of equipment you got. You can have a donkey, yeehaw. Like I say, you can have a donkey and get money. You know what I mean? Tie a trailer to a donkey and get that money. And I salute you if you do that. Because I'm a guy with the truck and two trailers smashing the game. And that's what I get because a lot of people say, I maneuver, I can't maneuver, I can't do this. I maneuver everywhere. If I could drive a 40-foot bus in a metropolitan city, I could drive that truck and trailer everywhere. You know what I mean? And I'm getting a truck next year. I probably get a truck maybe next month. You know what I mean? But I'm training my guys to you know what I mean, handle their business. And they're with me every day. They're with me when I price the job. I let them see them. I let them see, and then I even ask them, hey man, what do you think? How much should I price? What do you think I should price for that job? And the client's like, whoa. And I'm like, yeah, I'm training him. You know what I mean? So I don't have to hold his hand no more. And he knows what it is, how much the trailer costs to fill it up and this and that. But they're gonna have to make that judgment on adjusting prices, because you better be adjusting your prices. And there's people say, I don't break my price, I only go out for $129 or my minimum and this and that. Man, you better get out there and get it. You better wake up, go out there and get it, and be a part of your community and be there for that person. Because if you did a $50 pickup for that person, and then 2 weeks later they were so happy and they called you for a family member's death to help them clean their house out, and you got that job because you did them a favor and picked up their whatever it was for $50, please, that's a win. That's a win. You better get in like Flynn. You know what I'm talking about, man? So I think the game is a little bit twisted right now with so much social media where you gotta, you know what I mean, everybody's listening to this, listening to that, listening to this. But I guarantee you in the future, a lot of people's not listening to that no more, because there's a new face in junk removal, and it's all of you guys out there. All of you guys out there who are putting the hard work in, are promoting, are building your brand, are putting your authority everywhere and doing your best and promoting and posting and showing the people you guys are the future. I'm the future, just like you guys are. And I'm trying to tell you guys, everybody who said that they ain't feeling it, they're busy all day, every day. Okay, cool, no problem. You know what I mean? But you don't see Warren Buffett exposing how busy he is, or how much money he makes, or what he bought, or what he has, or what, you know what I mean, all his investments did for him. Nah, man. You know what I mean? You be quiet like an alligator. You know what I'm talking about? You be that quiet alligator who just roams the top of the water and waiting. You know what I mean? And just handles his business. You know what I mean? And that's just it, man. You know what I mean? Everybody's got to be a guppy in this business. You got to start somewhere. You know what I'm talking about? And if you're beneficial to start with equipment, you're beneficial to start with capital. I was, you know what I mean? I come out with a brand new truck and a brand new trailer with brand new wrappings. You know what I mean? Maybe I should have bought a used dump truck. Maybe I should have. Maybe that was one of my mistakes. Maybe that was one of my mistakes that I did wrong because I didn't buy a used dump truck, which could have helped me right now. You know what I mean? But I didn't know this. You know what I'm talking about? I didn't know this. You know what I mean? But when I listened to junk removal, I was, you know what I mean? So many people were telling me that I had to have a collar shirt. I had to look like this. I had to look like this. I had to look like this. But there's so many of us getting more jobs than 1-800 junk. There's so many of us getting so much more money than 1-800 junk. You see so many 1-800 junk kings vehicles parked. And a lot of people are like, oh my God, they got so many Google reviews, all like that. But you don't understand. They're a franchise. So all their reviews are all put together. They don't rank. You know what I mean? They don't. You outrank them in your area, but because they are a franchise, they have a bigger budget. But you shouldn't be competing with them. The only person you should compete with is yourself, is that guy in the mirror, and make it happen. And don't worry about what nobody else says, especially on social media. Don't worry about what no one else is talking about on social media. Just worry about what you're doing, and how your phone's going to ring, and how you're going to make that money to feed your family and put your loved ones on. That's just it. You know what I mean? Are you a real leader? Can you really give someone a job? Can you really help someone out? Or do you just want everything for yourself and you want to do all the jobs? You know what I mean? So, what I'm talking about? That's just it. You know what I mean? Some of us have figured it out what they need in junk removal to help them run their business right. So some of us have realized and figured it out what they need to make the money they want to make the way they want to make it. Some of us have figured it out. You don't need mass vehicles. You don't need all this. I'm kind of figuring it out myself. You know what I mean? Do I need a dump truck or could I use a box truck? You know what I'm saying? Do I need a cab over, or could I just do this in a box truck and get money? You know what I mean? In a gas getter. You know what I mean? I got my crew. My crew ain't got no problem unloading a truck. You unload a truck faster than you load it, and then you ain't got to worry about a tarp. You ain't got to worry about nothing. You know what I mean? There's a guy in my area who I know there's a few guys in my area who have box trucks and getting money. You know what I mean? You know, there's a few of them. You can get a DOT. You know what I mean? You don't think you need an MCA. No, you ain't carrying hazard materials. Everything that goes in your vehicle or your trailer, you own. You're not delivering these things. So you really don't need a lot of things that you think you need. But you need some good insurance, and you need those trucks and trailers to be covered to show your business. Because if you got a box truck or a dump truck and it's got junk removal all over it, that's what's catching eyes, not your business name. Your business name ain't catching no eyes. But I guarantee you that junk removal sign on that truck or that trailer is going to catch their eyes. I guarantee you that. The next vehicle I got, I'm not even putting no limit hauling and junk removal on it. I'm going to put powered and ran, owned by no limit hauling and junk removal on the fine line on the bottom. But what I'm going to put all over mine is junk removal. You know what I mean? Affordable junk removal. When people see that, that's when they know who to call. The guy that has the big sign that says affordable junk removal. Those are key words. Even on SEO, if you don't got affordable junk removal on your website, on your GMB, how could you rank if someone says I need affordable junk removal near me? How you going to pop up? Those other guys are going to pop up because you don't have those keywords. Some keywords should be on your vehicles, but a lot of people have their egos and they want their name all over it or this or that. And this is like, that's why when you guys see Mr. Yeeee's trailers, it's a menu. It's a menu. I give you the whole breakdown on my menus. And I put every one of my things, every one of my keywords on my menu that are on my website, my GMB, all over my Facebook, all over my Instagram, all over my TikTok, all over my next door. And you know what I mean? So a lot of people do good with next door. I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of people do good with next door, but you come to a plateau with next door. Because guess what? If you're posting on next door, there's 50 other guys posting on next door also. You ever see when someone says, I need help to remove and haul away this, even though you've been posting every day, and someone still comments and leaves a post, I need help hauling an affordable junk removal company to come haul away a dresser, a mattress, a bed frame, and all this, but you've been posting every day. And then when you go look on that comment, and there's 20 comments on it. I can help you out right now. I can take care of that for you right now. Hit me up right now. Right now. You know what I mean? A lot of times they're just going to the cheapest ones. You know what I mean? But when somebody tags you, when you have someone who you did a business, when you have someone who you did a job for, and they tag you and take a picture of your truck or your trailer, whatever you got a camel, you got a donkey, yeehaw. They take a picture of that and they tag you. Now your SEO's just seen that. Now Google just seen that. Another person said your business name on the interwebs. So now that just got put into the traffic. But not only that, that got put into trust because other people who are in that area, in that next door area, are going to see that trust. And just like how people trust Google, that's why they go to Google, because they trust Google. They'll trust someone who tags you and says, "Oh my God, I know that person. She used him. I got to use him too." So there's so many other ways to get business without just, you know what I mean? Yes, Google reviews are beautiful, you know what I mean? But there's so many other ways for people to see your brand by you educating them. You know what I mean? Educating them instead of quick to educate your content. You know what I mean? And put your glasses on, recording everything and saying, "Hey, I made this. Thank you so much." Ching, 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 all that. All that is good for your junk bros, your junk sisters. That's what that's good for. But far as you know what I mean, content, somebody rather see you instead of you looking at them. Somebody rather see the person behind those glasses and say, "Hey, I'm Mr. Yee. How can I help you? Why would let me give you 5 reasons to hire us. Fast, affordable, reliable, honest. You know what I mean? And of course, you know what I mean? Same day service." Those are just 5 keywords, real quick. You know what I mean? And I don't. I post a different way. You know what I mean? I don't believe I need to ask Chat GBT how to post. I don't need to ask Chat GBT how copy everything from Chat GBT to put on my post. For one, so many people are not going to read all that shit because social. When people are on social media, they're scrolling. How many times do you go on social media and all you do is scroll up? See what I'm saying? But when you go on to Google, or when you go on to Yelp, or when you go on to Angie's, whatever the hell you're on, they're seeing you in action. You know what I mean? Or if they even go onto your Facebook. When people go onto my Facebook, I want them to see me. I want them to hear me, and I want them to see my equipment. I want them to see my crew. I want them to see my brand and believe in it and trust it by my actions. Not show them I'm the number one junk removal business in my area. You know what I mean? Or I seen someone else's video the other day. You know what I'm talking about? Uh, 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 Before you hire a before you hire a junk removal business, make sure they have this. Boom, 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 boom. And somebody make that content and was like, they went out of their way to educate uh, homeowners, but you also hated on everybody else. You also That was kind of some hate that came out of your post. That's how I took it. I would never waste my time and say, before you hire that guy, make sure that he has this, make sure he has this, and make sure he has this. Get out of here. I'm not worried about that. I don't care what the next guy got. You know what I mean? You think the next guy's gonna help you pay your bills? Get that, man. You know what I mean? That's why it's so much. It's so much baloney out there right now. And this is the Yeeeee show. This is Saturday. We're gonna take it over, and we're going to bring you guys that content, and we're going to bring you guys that real deal, what we're doing with junk removal, and how junk removal is just so simple. Junk removal is not hard, man. The only thing hard is to get that phone to ring, but that takes time. You got to take time to get that phone to ring. Some people have different procedures. Some people want to build their businesses different. Hey, more props to you. Handle your business, show the way. You know what I mean? There you go. Help people. You know what I mean? And that's what it's all about. But I think that junk removal for a while now, there's a cancer in junk removal. And it's time to say, doc, 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 doc. We gotta do surgery on junk removal right now. We gotta do surgery on junk removal right now to filter out all this baloney. Because when I first started doing content, I didn't see all this drama. There wasn't all this drama in junk removal. But now, there's just so much drama in junk removal. And you know what I mean? It's just, it's getting out of hand. It's just turning junk removal in a different type of way now. Junk removal is supposed to be fun. You started your business to have fun. You know what I mean? I started my business to have fun. I started my business to have control of my life. I started my business to just, make some money and just do what I want in life. You know what I mean? I'm not that type of guy. I'm just me. I'm not the type of guy to say I started my business to become a 9 million figure business. I didn't start my business to say I want 20 employees, I want 20 trucks, because I already know what that is. I come from employment where there's a couple hundred trucks. You know what I mean? I work for major employment, major corporations, you know what I'm saying? Where there's billion-dollar industries, and there's so much havoc that comes with that, from maintenance to employees to management to just so much interference when employees are mad at each other, all types of shit. So, why would I want that? I'd rather just have my business be a small business, because you know what? Everybody watching right now, everybody out there doing junk removal, if you're not a franchise, you are the small guy. I don't care how many trucks you got. I don't care what equipment you got. I don't care how much money you made a week. I don't care how much or what junk removal bought you. You are the small business. You are the family owned business. You're not the franchise. You're not the big boys. You're a small business. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. You can do what you got to do. You can do what you got to do. But at the end of the day, you're a small business. You know what I mean? You can make so much money in this business. It could be so profitable. You know what I mean? If you just do what you're supposed to do, you know what I mean? And make it happen. Put that grind in. You know what I mean? Let the people know who you are, and just keep on getting money, man, and just keep it fun and keep it groovy. And it doesn't have to be sticky. You know what I mean? It can be real, real loose as a goose, and you can have fun in this, man. You know what I mean? You can buy that car you want. You can buy a house. You can buy a boat. You can go on vacations. You could do what you want to do. That's what owning your own business allows you to do. You know what I mean? But if you want to own your own business and, you know what I mean, keep on growing and growing and growing and growing and growing and growing and say, man, I'm doing it for the future, you might as well, you know what I mean, got with a nice local, local union operated, you know what I mean, employer. You might as well go work for, be electrician union, be carpenter union, be, you know what I mean, transit authority. You might as well go do one of those union jobs where you can be there 30 years and do the same old shit and be programmed. You know what I mean? Me, I'm just trying to get money, have fun, travel the world, and do what I want to do. I ain't worried about building, you know what I mean, the number one best junk removal, or building I'm the most best. All I want is to be a factor in my area, get money, and I don't want to worry about nobody else but me in my area. You know what I mean? But I do this show to help you guys out, to show you guys that I'm here. And Mr. Yee builds all this content for you guys. And I'm going to keep on posting. That's just what I do. I had somebody post on one of my Instagram posts and said, man, you know what I mean? You post a lot. I said, damn right. You better get used to it. You know what I mean? Because it's the takeover. Junk removal's changing. And I'm the guy behind the camera. I'm Mr. Yee. You know what I mean? When people see me there, when they see my t-shirts and they see the Yeeeee in back of it, then they see my face on my shirt. I'm proud of that shit. That's what I do. You know what I mean? That's what I do. Everybody, wherever I go to Costco, I go anywhere. People are like, Yeeeee. That's what I do. You know what I mean? And I love it. And just today was proof. You know what I mean? I had a guy come to my garage sale and say, "Hey, I see you on TV. I see you. See, you know what I mean?" And that's just it's just the power that a lot of people are watching. It's not just junk removal. You know what I mean? I motivate, I inspire. You know what I mean? Yeah, a lot of people. You know what I mean? And that's just what I do. I'm a educator. You know what I mean? I'm not just a businessman. I'm when you see me on this camera, I'm educating. When you see me on social media, I'm educating. You know what I mean? That's what I do. I'm blessed, and you know what I mean? God has put me in this path, and I'm gonna keep on going, and I'm gonna keep on running until all four wheels are flat, until I expire. And I'm not worried about taking over junk removal. I just want to make my money, do what I gotta do, and I'm not worried about anything else, man. You know what I mean? If I'm not worried about anything else, because I got my queen. You know what I mean? I got so many things in life I don't realize, but I got so many things. And I ain't trying to expire soon. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be here for a long time and enjoy life. And but I don't want to be working every day. I don't want to work 7 days a week. I don't want to work all day. So I'm building systems right now where I'm training my crew to go out there and get money, to go out there and handle the job. If I got to lose a little bit of money and my guys make some money, then that's what it is, because I'm putting them on, they're getting money, I'm mentoring them, I'm showing them that home services are number one. You know what I mean? There's so many people who I inspire. There's so many people who I motivate when I tell them my story and I go into their house and they're like, you know what I mean? I went to someone's house the other day and this person was an MP, was a military police. You know what I mean? And he was like, man, I've been doing this, this many years. I'm almost 20 years in, but I'm done. I'm done. I'm not going to go do police. I'm not going to do law enforcement after this. I'm not going to do security anymore after this. I want to do a business like your business, where you come here and make $500 in less than a half an hour. I want to do something like that. He's like, you guys hiring? And I said, I'm always hiring, but you know what I mean? You could start your own junk removal business. You could start your own hauling business. You could start your own, you could be an electrician. You could be a carpenter, you can also be a, garage door repair. Garage door repair is big. Everybody got a garage door. How many of you guys are watching right now have a garage door? Trying to tell you, my garage door broke. I had to call the guy 911. He was out here within an hour and hit me over the head for $1,500 for a master lift and all this and all that with the Wi-Fi, with the cameras. I didn't need all that, but I had to get my shit fixed. Like a locksmith, they need money bad. You on tow? If you get a tow business, the tow companies can't be everywhere at one time, just like haulers and junk removal guys. If you got junk removal guys in your area, everybody can't be there at one time. Everybody can't be there all at one time. You know what I mean? They can't be at the same place at one time. That's why, you know what I mean? People are like, nah, you're not available. Okay, thank you. I'll call you back. Meanwhile, they went and called the next guy real quick because maybe he was slow and he was available. Boom, he got the job, because everybody can't be everywhere at one time. You know what I mean? So, you'll get yours. Trust me. You'll get you. You know what I mean? You just got to put in that work. What my boy Triple G said right here. I appreciate the positivity, knowledge before I head into work. That's right, my brother. You know what I mean? Get that money, handle your business. And, I don't know if you do this on the side and you're going to a night shift or something, but I know out here in the West Coast Pacific time, it's 8:10 p.m. right now. I don't know if you're doing a night shift, but if you're doing this on a side and this is your side hustle, this is one hell of a side hustle, because I might have changed my mind and did this on the side and still kept my job and my career and and my seniority. You know what I mean? And still been, I might have been a chief. I might have been the president of the local ATU 1605. You know what I mean? Because people wanted me to be the president. But I was like, man, I'm getting tired of fighting all these battles, man. And you know what I mean? But you know, if anybody out there is doing this on the side, this is a good ass side hustle. You know what I mean? Until you make that leap of faith and do it yourself. This, you know, this is probably one of the best side hustles ever. Because you don't need no degrees, you don't need no none of this. You just need a truck. If you got a nice truck, long bed with like 4 inch with 4 foot walls on your truck, you killing them. You're making, you know what I mean, $500 extra on the weekends, or you know, some of us can make like 1,000 a week in junk removal just on the side here, doing little jobs that add up. You could do a job before you go to work. You can do a job after you go to work. You can do a job on your days off. You can get so much money with junk removal. That's just how easy it is. And you know, a lot of people come into this and they're so serious, they're so minded, they're so not knowing you got in this business because it was so goddamn easy. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try to tell you, a lot of people get in this business because it's so damn easy. You know what I mean? I'm one of the rare ones. Mr. Yee is very rare, like a 52 tops mantle card number 10 PSA. That's how rare I am. You know what I mean? To be able to walk away from his career, I walked away from my career, my cow purrs. You know what I mean? I walked away from all of it. I just didn't go to work no more one day. One day I said, I'm not going to work no more. I'm doing this. And I did it. I walked away from all that. I don't drive a bus. I operate a bus. Operating a public transit bus, sitting in the AC, being part of the community, talking to people, serving people, getting people from A to B safely as possible, being a factor of that community because people depended on me to pick them up, bring them to work, get them to their appointments, get them to that other transit connecting bus to get them to where they got to go. And people would thank me all the time and bring me food and even give me tips as a bus driver because I'm so nice, giving them directions. They said, do you know where the Ross is at? I'm trying to get to the Ross. I said, yeah, it's right here. Make a left. It's right across the street in that plaza right there. They're like, oh my God, you're such a nice operator. Thank you so much. And I say, yes, 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 yes. And they would call into dispatch and, you know, say, hey, your operator. People would call in and give us reviews at the bus company. People call in to dispatch and give reviews and say, hey, your bus operator, you know, what was my number? 2149, my badge number. Because people ask me, what's your name? When we would get into arguments on a bus, some guy didn't want to pay. I don't want to argue with you. I don't want. It's okay. Get on the bus. I'm not worried about your money. Come on, let's go. No, what's your name? You got to tell me your name. What is your name? I said, my name is 2149. That's my badge number. So if you want to call dispatch or do whatever you want to do, make sure you tell them it was 2149. And I know the language. I know the camera's watching me. I know how to talk to the people. I know how to operate. But that's what type of situation I am. I've been professional. I've been doing this. You know what I mean? I've been part of this. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what made me so much better when I got into this business, to communicate with people and talk to people and then educate people. And I'm still getting better at it. I'm not the best, but I'm still getting better at it because I learned to listen. See these big old ears? I learned to listen. Less is best. Even when you go to someone's house and they're talking your ear off, and I'm sitting right there for 10 minutes, they're hitting me with everything, their whole life. Talking about this. We all know those senior citizens talking about, and I'm just so ready to hit them with that price. But I have to wait and be patient. You have to be like that, like that, like that cobra, just waiting before it makes that strike. Because a snake, a cobra, does not want to miss that strike. Because if they miss that strike, they're probably not going to eat that day. So they got one strike to make, like that hawk when it comes out of that sky, or that eagle, caca, caca, caca. Whoa! It's getting that rodent. It's getting that whatever. It's got one strike, and they make it right. You know what I mean? My boy Triple G said, yup, SoCal side hustle. So you see, so many people doing this on the side. I know I see so many haulers who go to my landfill and they have jobs. They have professional jobs. And they're like, man, I can't leave my job. I've been here almost 20 years. I'm just waiting for my pension. I'm almost there, but I'm going to do this full time after. But they've been building this side hustle for so long. So when they do get into it, boom. You know what I'm talking about? They're already well seasoned like a nice ribeye steak. You know what I mean? Bone out. You know what I mean? Let me see what my boy said right here. 19 years. You know what I mean? Cow of cow purrs. I'm almost done. And that's a blessing, my brother, because a lot of people don't even know what cow purrs is because they never had a real job. They never had a real employer. They never had nothing real until, you know what I mean, until they got blessed with the gods who have put them in this path. But 19 years of cow purrs. You know, you know what I mean? So if you haven't touched that cow purrs and it's been sitting there and you keep on doing your thing and you keep on adding to it, adding to it, adding to it, I hope the union and the people, all the union members, you know what I mean, know the contract language. And when you guys open up that contract to renegotiate, I hope you guys better that retirement, because a lot of people don't realize that, man. You know what I mean? A lot of people just, you know what I mean, the employer wants to just wave that carrot in front of your face and say, hey, take the $3 raise and the bonus right now. You know what I mean? But let's not talk about the retirement. Let's not talk about the retirement. Don't touch the retirement. And that's why I was frustrated with my union members and brothers and sisters. I said, man, you guys took that easy ass money. Yeah, we're making 30 something dollars an hour. That's that easy money. I'm making more than you because I do overtime. You know what I'm saying? I'm making almost 50 an hour. You know what I'm saying? So, but why don't we open a contract and touch that cow purrs and have them up our our retirement by matching a percentage the right way? And right now I'm probably talking Korean to a lot of people. No offense to my Korean peoples out there. I love kimchi. I love all Korean food. You know what I mean? Korean barbecue. But you know what I mean? A lot of people probably don't know what I'm talking about because they never had a job like that. Or they don't know what's going on like that when you work with a real employer where you're unionized and you have rights. And you know what I mean? You can't be just controlled. They gotta obey that contract. And when I was a chief shop steward of my local union, first I was a shop steward, then I worked my way up to a chief shop steward. And then I started to know the language. So when you know the language and you know the history, you have power. You know what I'm talking about? And that's just like junk removal. When you know what you're doing, it's power. You know what I mean? You can go in there and hit them with those prices and get that money. You know what I mean? But what I've learned is I used to go in there with like Kimbo Slice and hit them with that price. A lot of times I lost a lot of jobs because of my ego and my pride. And you know what I mean? There's so many people in my area doing it for way lesser. And guess what? It was amazing. I just learned this in my area. I was the highest price guy because I listened to people on YouTube. I listened to people on YouTube who said, "Nah, you got to be like this, or just charge a little bit lesser than them." This face right here, this beautiful face right here, I can't get those prices. There's so many people in my area who are just underbidding and undercutting, and you know what I mean. So I found that out the hard way. I was the most expensive guy in my area. So guess what I did? I adjusted all my prices. You know what I mean? I said, "What the fuck am I doing, man? You know what I mean? I gotta adjust my prices, man. You know what I mean? Okay, okay, okay. Let's handle this. I can adjust my prices. You know what I mean? Because my phone's going off. I'm getting a few jobs here, a few jobs there, a few jobs here. I can afford to, you know what I mean, help people out. And my good Lord, we're here to serve and help people and be part of our community. So if I gotta help them and adjust my price, I'm gonna do that because I'm gonna keep on getting those clients. I'm gonna keep on getting referrals for them, and they're gonna keep on. Actually, they're working for me now because they refer me to everybody. They talk about me and say, "Oh my God, I got a guy. Oh my God, whoop, whoop, I got a guy. His name is Rudy, he's AKA Mr. Yeeeee. His team, his Yeeees come and clean everything. They do everything for him. They don't do everything for me. They work with me because I show them if you do it, I'm gonna do it also. I'm in the trench with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm in here. I'm almost 50 years old. People don't realize that. I'm a few years away from 50 years old. You know what I mean? And I wake up with sore backs, shoulders. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I need a chiropractor. Ah, you think I want to be behind that wheel? You hear me? I could have been the bus company doing my thing, man. You know what I mean? So that's why, damn right, I'm setting up my systems right now. I don't need to be here damn near 10 years and still, you know what I mean, running the truck. Come on, man. You know what I mean? If I can, if I could put on people to get money and help me out, and we're all winning, that's what we're gonna do, man. You know, I don't need to just say I'm the best, I'm number one, I'm the go-to, I'm all this. Nah, man. You know what I mean? I'm just a normal dude trying to get money and have his name ring in the conversation in the area. And I'm happy with that, man. I'm blessed to have that. I'm blessed to have my repeaters who keep on reaching out to us, who keep on calling us and keep on referring us, and even new clients. I thank everybody all the time. And but for some reason I've been getting lately, a lot of my new clients haven't been giving me my reviews, and it's been part of my deal. Because me, I make my review part of the deal. Because every time I shake their hand, I say, and a Google review. You know what I mean? But now I think I'm gonna start hitting them with a little bit of a different type of situation where I'm gonna start saying, give me the review before I leave. Or Chef Boyardee, what I'm gonna do, because I'm the ROD, what I'm gonna start doing is when I go to get paid and I read their card or they give me cash or whatever they give me, I'm gonna say, hey, I'll give you $50 back right now if you do a Google review in front of me. Make you want to think, huh? They'll do a Google review right in front of you, or just tag me right now in front of you on Facebook. Just take a picture of me and my trailer, and I'll knock 25 to $50 off right now of this price. I guarantee you they'll do that. So it's just, what I mean, you got to come up with these type of strategies, these SEO tips for you. You know what I mean? And this marketing tips for you, this business growth, this building your brand, tips I give you. You know what I mean? Strategies I give you. You know what I mean? And that's just what it's about is growth, brand, build, and SEO tips. You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to tell you. But with that said, we've been on here an hour and 20 minutes. It's Saturday. We'll be back next Saturday. We'll be back next Saturday, 7 p.m. Even if I have 6 jobs that Saturday, we'll still be here helping you guys out and dropping that footage. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, support the situation. And if you guys want to hear something about the situation, if you guys want to hear something that I mean, you think that will be good for the show, reach out to me. Reach out to me, let me know. My ears are open. I got ears like Dumbo. And let it be known. And if you guys want to hear a certain topic, or me want to talk about a topic, or if you guys think you guys want me to have somebody on the show that I should interview or go live with, reach out to me. Because there's a lot of people who I reach out to and I ask to be on my show and ask to interview, but they give me the cold shoulder and they don't want to be on the show because, like I say, be careful when you ask to meet your hero. Because sometimes when you meet your hero, they're really not all that. You know what I mean? But right here, what you see is what you get. And it's the Yeeeee takeover, baby. You either get with it or you don't. You know what I mean? And that's just it. There's like, what he say in what he say in Karate Kid? Cobra Kai. What he say? No mercy. You know what I mean? But you got a problem with that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's Saturday's a takeover. It's Mr. Yee. Yee. Oh boy. Let's do this right now, man. I appreciate everybody. Let's go. Have a good night.